Alright guys, welcome back to another brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, let's go ahead and talk more about Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, as I'm filming this video, you guys can just clearly see holding strong at $68,000. So Bitcoin right now is looking pretty good. And guys, today, okay, since Bitcoin is looking like a buying opportunity, a couple of hours ago, just yesterday we actually saw Bitcoin at around $73,000 and it dropped all the way to $68,000. So obviously I told you guys, if Bitcoin does in fact have a correction back down below $70,000, which it is right now, it's at 68k, I'm obviously going to take it as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. And guess what, that is exactly what I am in fact going to be doing today. So today guys, I am in fact actually going to go ahead and chuck in just $1,500 into Bitcoin today, because I'm obviously going to take this as an opportunity, take this correction back down to the downside as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. But before I do that guys, I want to talk a bit more about Bitcoin. Buying one Bitcoin. Now if you guys have in fact been watching my videos for the longest time, I've been telling you guys many times to buy one Bitcoin, because this one Bitcoin will make you wealthy. You will have some type of wealth in the future. Of course I'm talking long term, I'm not talking short term, right? So this one Bitcoin guys, will make you wealthy. You will have wealth in the future. You will potentially become a millionaire, potentially the first millionaire in your family, right? So understand guys, just holding one full Bitcoin, accumulating one full Bitcoin, owning one full Bitcoin will make you wealthy. Get to one Bitcoin and become rich in the future guys. This is obviously not financial advice. This is obviously, that's just my personal perspective. Of course my personal opinion, but guys, I've been telling you guys many times from day one, ever since I started this YouTube channel, ever since I started talking more about Bitcoin on YouTube and whatnot, I've been telling you guys many times to accumulate at least one full Bitcoin, right? Just one single Bitcoin. Buy one Bitcoin and become rich. You will become rich in the future guys. We know Bitcoin has a supply limit of 21 million Bitcoins. That is it, no more, no less. And we know there's about 8 billion people that live on Earth. So do the math. Clearly, there's not enough Bitcoins to go around for everyone. Even like 10% of a Bitcoin, that's not enough to go around for everyone, right? It's just clearly not enough. So understand guys, not everyone out there long term will own one full Bitcoin, right? So understand guys, today, yes, it's sort of rare to see someone owning one full Bitcoin. It's sort of rare. I wouldn't say it's like extremely rare, but it's sort of rare to see someone owning one full Bitcoin, right? But understand guys, in the future, long term, I'm talking, a decade from now, owning one coin, one Bitcoin will be extremely rare, right? It'll be extremely rare right now. But yeah, in the future it will be even more rare. It'll be extremely rare, because the price of Bitcoin is just obviously going to keep rising. We know that, right? The price of Bitcoin is eventually going to reach millions of dollars. So you guys have to think about Bitcoin as an asset, as a coin that's worth millions of dollars, right? Yes, even though Bitcoin right now is worth around $68,000, just below 100k, but understand guys, you have to think Bitcoin long term, because Bitcoin is an asset, a digital currency that's going to be worth millions of dollars per coin in the future, especially long term, in the next like 10 years or so and longer, right? So understand guys, this is why I've been telling you guys many times, buy Bitcoin now while still cheap, while still below 100k, right? Buy now, because it's still cheap. Think long term with Bitcoin, right? Just simply DCA into Bitcoin, buy at least 1%. I've told you guys, I made a video about this. Buy 1% of a Bitcoin every week, take your time, right? Take baby steps. You don't have to just chuck in $10,000 straight away into Bitcoin, right? Just buy and accumulate into Bitcoin. If you can't get 1% of a Bitcoin a week, then just chuck in, I don't care if it's $5, $10, at least it's something, right? So just accumulate guys, as much as you possibly can while Bitcoin is still below $100,000. And we know guys, in the next upcoming bull cycle, in this upcoming bull market, this bull cycle, right, Bitcoin is going to be well above $100,000. It's gonna skyrocket like crazy. We know that. I talked about this many times. We all know this, that Bitcoin soon enough is going to reach 100k very, very soon, sooner than you guys think, right? So time is ticking. And understand guys, let's just say Bitcoin does reach 100k soon, which it will. Understand, there's nothing wrong still buying Bitcoin at $100,000, right, while it's still above 100K, right? There really isn't, guys. At least it's still, you know, below $1 million. So like, can you just try to imagine trying to buy one Bitcoin when it's at 200K? Like, obviously it's going to be so much harder compared to where it is right now at $68,000, right? You guys understand the Bitcoin price is going to keep going up. So it's obviously going to be harder and harder and harder to accumulate Bitcoin, right? Because the price is going to keep rising, and then eventually it's going to be harder and harder and harder to accumulate Bitcoin, right? Because the Bitcoin price keeps rising. So understand, guys, Bitcoin right now is at $68,000 as I'm filming this video. So understand, right? It's still cheap. This is a huge opportunity right now. As I told you guys in my most previous video, buy Bitcoin while still below $100,000. Okay, and that was in fact an urgent warning. If you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out, right? But I told you guys to buy Bitcoin while still below $100,000 because it's still dirt cheap. Even though yes, Bitcoin did in fact reach back up to its previous highs and of course reached a new high of $73,000, it's still cheap, right? It really is, guys. So take this as an opportunity, like a huge opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Buy one Bitcoin and become rich, guys. Become a millionaire. Have some type of wealth to your name, for your future self, for your family, of course, as well, right? But of course, guys, this is obviously not financial advice. None of my videos is of course financial advice. So always do your own research, guys. Study what Bitcoin is, how it works, right? Read books about Bitcoin. That's exactly what I did. And once I understood what Bitcoin is and how it works, I just went all in Bitcoin, right? And of course, I don't just invest into Bitcoin. I also move my money around to like other altcoins in the crypto market, like Ethereum and many more other altcoins that I'm not going to name top of my head right now. But yes, I pretty much hold, you know, majority of Bitcoins, okay, in my portfolio. Okay, obviously, you know, Ethereum as well. We can't forget about Ethereum, and of course other altcoins. But Bitcoin is obviously the main crypto asset that I mainly hold. It's my biggest bag, of course, right? And obviously I'm going to be holding it for long term. Okay, I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon, really, right? I'm obviously going to take some of my profits in the next bull market, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you actually make money. But I'm not going to be selling, you know, all my Bitcoins. Understand that, guys, right? I'm going to be holding, you know, majority of my Bitcoins, but I'm obviously going to take some of it out, right, for profits. You know, no one has gone broke taking profits, so you might as well go ahead and take your profits, right? That's how you actually make money. But yes, guys, buy one Bitcoin and become rich in the future. Okay, just buy one Bitcoin. Try your best to accumulate at least one full Bitcoin, right? It may be hard. It sounds hard, right? Looking at the price of Bitcoin at $68,000 USD, right? It may seem hard, but understand, guys, when I first started investing into crypto back early 2021, and I wanted to have, you know, I was literally imagining and manifesting on owning at least one full Bitcoin. I wanted to own one full Bitcoin because I understood where one Bitcoin will get you in the future. So what I did was I was just working hard, right? I was trying my best to work hard, trying to get as much money as possible. I was doing side hustles, trying to get cash in, right? So I can use that cash to invest it, you know, reinvest it into Bitcoin. Understand, guys, you know, when I had my paycheck, when I was working at my job, you know, I did overtime. Literally, I was doing overtime. I was working hard, okay? And I just kept, you know, DCAing into Bitcoin. And it took me about 6 months. I want to say about 6 months, to DCA into Bitcoin. For it took me about 6 months, like I said, to finally accumulate one full Bitcoin. Okay, and I was investing like 90% of my paycheck into Bitcoin at the time. So understand, guys. Okay, I worked. Okay, and I finally achieved my goal of accumulating one full Bitcoin. Right, it took me, you know, about 6 months. And then once I finally accumulated one full Bitcoin, of course I was happy, right? But I didn't stop there. I kept going. I kept, you know, accumulating more Bitcoin, right? I didn't stop, guys. I just kept going, right? So understand, guys, I'm for sure going to be talking more about this topic of, you know, buying one Bitcoin, accumulating one full Bitcoin, because I feel like it's very, very important. I'm not going to stop talking about this topic. I'm going to keep talking about owning one full Bitcoin, because trust me, guys, you need to own one full Bitcoin. It's going to be extremely rare in the future. Like I said, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to accumulate one full Bitcoin, because obviously the Bitcoin price is just going to keep rising over time. So understand, guys, while still below $100,000, this is obviously the time to buy as much Bitcoins as you possibly can. Okay, it really is. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so on that, like I told you guys, I am in fact gonna go ahead and buy some more Bitcoin today. So like I said, I'm gonna be chucking in $1,500 into Bitcoin. You guys can clearly see this is an AUD currency. Bitcoin already reached over $100,000 here in Australia, but in USD terms, it's obviously at 68,500, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and buy Bitcoin. Today, like I said, I'm gonna chuck in $1,500. There you guys have it, 1,500, buy BTC. That's how much Bitcoin I'll be getting, so over 1% of a Bitcoin. You guys can clearly see that. Confirm buy. There you guys have it, right? I just invested 1,500 into Bitcoin, and I'm not gonna stop, okay? If I see Bitcoin having more corrections back down to the downside, okay, I'm obviously gonna buy more, right? And if Bitcoin continues to consolidate, okay, you know, price sideways movements at this level of 68K, I'm gonna buy more, right? So potentially tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and buy more, but as of right now, I just invested 1,500 into Bitcoin, okay? So that's that, guys. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe. More videos will in fact be coming your way. Stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.